Well, good morning. I slept pretty well last night. It got down to probably about 60-ish, 60, 62, around that area. So it got a little bit chilly, but right now it's a great temperature. I heard on the radio it's going to get up to 90. My bed worked out pretty well, and then this view is hard to beat.
Is there any way that you could sort of just zock me out so that I don't know that I'm at work? In here, could I come home and think that I've been fishing all day?
So this morning I'm just gonna make myself a breakfast. Actually, I still have some of the leftovers from last night. I'll just eat that. And so I'm gonna rig up a line. I need a new leader. The leader I have on there is pretty awful. I meant to replace it, but yesterday I needed to get some food and it was kind of too late for that. And then talk to the guys at the fly shop, get a better idea of what I should be using, and also maybe they can offer me some better spots to go. Yesterday's meal still looks okay to me. It did sit out all night. It was cold, but I'm gonna heat it up so any bacteria that grew in here is gonna be killed off, just in case. Oh, I just wish I had like kind of a wrap or something to put that in. I think I'm gonna go for a walk while I wait for that, just to get the blood flowing, wake up a little bit. Actually, I want to see what's over this edge here. A whole lot of nothing. It drops down, so the river, Kern River, is below me here. You can hear it rushing. Some really fast water down there. I almost forgot I was cooking food there. I could turn that up just a hair. All right, meal is done. Look at that. I think utensils, or a utensil, is going on the list as far as things I need. I also need some oil. Wow, I mean, this works. It's not exactly ideal. All right, sun's up. I'm not sure what time it is, but it's getting to that point where I want to get out on the water. So I've got the fly box. So usually I keep a lot of wet flies here, some nymphs, worms, then most of my dry flies, and back here I keep streamers, some extra leader, and then the tippet I want to use. So I might tie a nymph on, and above that I might actually put some kind of indicator fly instead of just using the normal indicators I had on yesterday, because they were biting topwater. So I may want to stick with something like, whoa, hey, it was just a hummingbird, scared the hell out of me. Like this Parachute Adams that I tied this up at myself, actually. That'll be our indicator. And then because it's such a bright day, I'm going to start with a little red midge, small bead head on it, silver lining, and then just a little tuft of peacock feather on the top of the bead. There, so got that knotted, wet it a little bit, and cinch it tight. And so here's the setup. You got our nymph here at the bottom, and that goes all the way up to our dry fly at the top. There we go. Now this is one of my dad's old school reels, one of the Atomic Martins. I think it's just so cool. It's super old. It's a little tangled up right now, so I'm gonna have to fix this. I don't know how. How do you get into one of these things? Anyway, I'm gonna troubleshoot this, and this is actually gonna be my streaming rig. So if I do want to go fish that fast water, I'm gonna use this with a stronger leader. There we go. So yeah, this is a sinking tip leader. It looks like it is just tippet. Yeah, just tippet with a bunch of knots. So I'm gonna replace this with maybe Now you know what, I'm gonna leave it in the interest of time. I want to get out there, so we're gonna go to where it's knotted. Cut that off. Whoa. That's why it's called automatic. What? I've actually never used this. I just asked my dad to borrow it. So you pull this lever and it wraps it in. This is probably really fancy back in the day. I've actually never had a fly reel that does that. Oh, alarm's going off. 7 o'clock. Okay, so I'll show you the streamer I'm gonna put on and then we're getting out there. So I'm gonna pick something that has a little bit of shine in it. Maybe a little brighter, something like that one. So I'm gonna go with this. And so on a sunny day, you want to use brighter colors, and I think this is gonna be the trick. It's actually a peacock body, so it'll have a little flash to it. On a bright day, you want to have some flash. On a dark day, you want a darker one. Today is partly cloudy. Right now the sun is bright. My glasses.
So I'm heading right back where I was yesterday. So today, that's what we're gonna do, is go a little further up, but I'm gonna fish my way there. So I'm getting a couple rises, but not that many, so I might have to switch out my fly soon, see if that helps. Hopefully it does. But I'm gonna go up a little further. I fished all these spots yesterday, so maybe they're still spooked, I don't know. Could be a lot of things, but it's kind of part of the fun. You gotta keep trying. It's a trial and error process, so we'll keep at it. Got him. There we go. On that bottom fly. Out of net. I'm on barbless, so I gotta be more careful here. Nice. Oh, he fell right through the net. He's tiny. Well, unfortunately for this guy, we actually hooked him in his side. But he'll be all right. That's not gonna harm him too bad. He came up for the upper fly, missed it, and got hooked with the little nymph. Oh, well, there he goes. That's one. Yeah. That was a legit hook on that bottom fly. It's more like it. He's small too. He's gonna slide right through my net. But we're gonna walk him an easier area. Very nice. All right, walk them right back here. They're not very big, but that's okay. It's good to know that that midge is working. Oh, that's gorgeous. Look at that trout. Beautiful. Well, we'll just let him get on his way. There he goes. So that's on that little midge. We'll try this spot a little more and then we'll move on. to something else. All right, so I'm gonna get going. Before I do, I gotta show you guys all these swallows. They're really cool to watch. They have nests tucked right up here. See if we can find another spot that's calm. I mean, that looks great, but that's moving too fast. It's time to make a change. I'm taking these off. I just saw a fish come up and then turn back around. Now, this is something that I tied, so that kind of makes sense. Put something better on. There we go. Got one. The water's moving so fast that every fish I catch feels pretty big, even though it's not, I guarantee. Yeah, it's not. What a gorgeous fish. So bottom fly, I just switched to. Look at that. Nice pattern. Gold on the bottom. But let's give him a breather, get him unhooked. All right, well, gorgeous fish. There he goes. All right. Well, they're small, but you know, they're just as exciting to catch. This is a new species for me. Let's let him go. And he's off. All right, so this seems to be a pretty good hole, and I'm gonna try to catch a few more out of it. And then I'm gonna get myself some water. I'll show you the process. I just brought like a water purifier, a Sawyer squeeze. I'm gonna get some water and I'm gonna go into Kernville. So a couple more this morning, and then we'll have to fish for dinner tonight. So hopefully a bigger one. For filtration, I brought a Sawyer squeeze system, and so this is just a mini one. And so that just allows me to take water from wherever I feel like, which should be okay because I'm out here to fish, so I should be by water. If I'm not, then that would be a problem. If we haven't used this is how it works. I mean, essentially I just fill this bag with water, screw on the filtration system, and then you allow it to drain into whatever you want to drink out of. It's pretty simple. It's a light system to carry around. It's a great system in general, but as a fisherman, it's ideal because you're going to be by water. And that allows me to pack a little bit lighter and fit more fishing gear in my pack. It does take a while though. That's the one downside. So on the way back, I think I'm going to try out the streamer that I tied up. We'll see if we can't catch some bigger ones if we get a little deeper with this particular bug. It has a bead on it and it's a larger fly. We'll see how we fare. I was just throwing that bugger and I hooked up to a better one, better than how I've been doing. Now I just gotta land them. Yeah. Now that was on the bugger. So of course those are gonna catch some bigger ones. I mean, he's not big by any means. Let's go ahead and get him unhooked. So it's pretty easy when you don't have a barb. Just pops right out. Beautiful fish. They really are. Look at the spots on him. That was a lot of fun, but let's go ahead and release him. Thanks, bud. Off he goes. Well, that was a fun morning. Caught a couple fish. Better ones than yesterday, or at least one that was, it was okay. It wasn't good, but it was a good time. And so now I'm just gonna head into Kernville. The jets that race through this valley are insane. One of them came through. I wasn't on camera, and so I was in this little ravine, and this jet came right up the ravine, and I almost jumped in the water. It was really, really freaky. Those things are gonna give me a heart attack. They're just so loud. I never realized how loud a jet is in flight. So I wonder which base they're flying from. I actually have no idea. Right now I'm heading into Kernville. I'm gonna go learn about some spots and maybe pick up a few flies that might help me out. I might see you guys there, but if not, we're gonna be back out on the water tonight because I need to catch some dinner. So let's start with Kernville. The fly shop was closed. I don't know why it's always closed. It says it's open, but you know, that's okay. So I talked to some locals and they probably didn't want to give me their spot, but they said I was on the right track and told me if I kept going up this creek here that I would actually hit a falls. And at the falls, he says there's quite a bit of fish. They're also a little finicky, so he said I might have a hard time catching them. But I'm just gonna go right back up there, see if I can't hook up to a few, and all I need is something for dinner. So worst case scenario, I come right back underneath that bridge and it's produced fish every time. Whoa, okay. So far, I like what I see. Now that looks like a good spot. So typically at falls, a lot of fish end up staying in these deeper pools. It's definitely gonna hold some bigger fish and a lot of small ones, most likely. I'm gonna have to keep the first fish I catch at this point because I've learned the hard way too many times that you catch a small one and you're like, oh, I'll catch a bigger one. And then after that, you don't catch anything else. So we're keeping the first one no matter what. No. Do I want to keep that one? I need something. Yeah, I think I'm gonna keep him. It's getting later and I would like to have a fish today, so this one's going in the bag. Oh, if I don't let him go. And I need one more for sure if I keep this one. This is a much better fish. I hit a few nice ones, but I missed them. Guess you know what we're doing with this one. We're gonna eat it. Look at the colors on it. Oh, I got a cooler. That's helpful, right? Yeah. Now that's way better than warm fish that is questionable at best. I made it right back up to the same spot I was before. This is just a perfect spot to camp, so I'm not gonna spend the time searching around to find a new spot because 2 nights here sounds okay to me. Tomorrow I've got some big plans I'll tell you about later. Tonight when I'm in the van getting ready for bed, but ugh, these bees. Does anyone know what these black bees are? They seem to really like my white van, but anyway, let's get cooking. Stove. I really like the way this thing packs up. Now I know there's some that are a lot smaller.
but this suited my needs. Cook these. Let's get this fire going. I don't know where is the best place to put this. That's crooked. Maybe if I put a rock under it. A little precarious, but it'll work. Got our pot, pan, whatever. This thing. And a little shrimp. Now tonight, I kind of chose something that doesn't require utensils. Being smarter this time. We're gonna make some wraps. There we go. A nice big fillet on this one. And then how could I forget the hot sauce? I want to make sure I at least get some greens in me. That's really good, and plenty of time to spare. Now I can sit back and watch the sunset. Really good. There's a couple bones that I left in there, but they're pretty small, so not a big deal. One day I really do want to come back here. Next time I do, hopefully the Kern River isn't so high. Right now I'm just doing a road trip. I'm exploring areas that maybe I'll end up coming back one day because I really enjoy them. And this area, I like the town, I like the people, and the scenery up. I mean, I didn't expect this many hills and this type of terrain. It's really nice here. You should come visit. I'm gonna finish up my meal and I'll catch up with you guys right after the sun goes down. I'm gonna relax for a little bit. Boy, pretty exhausted. I'm gonna download the video from today, make sure I back it up. I'd hate to lose it at this point. Now that that's importing, I'll just set that aside, let it do its thing. Anyway, so yeah, tomorrow's gonna be a cool day. I am gonna go out to, in the morning I'm gonna go fish. And then I'm gonna catch a couple fish and I'm gonna bring those on my road trip, and I'm going to Death Valley. That is the only plan I know for sure. I'm gonna go to Death Valley and I'm gonna do a catch and cook in Death Valley, which I am pretty sure that has never happened before. Now it's gonna mean I'm gonna have to travel those fish, but still, it is probably gonna be the freshest fish that has ever been cooked in Death Valley, so that's cool. If you want to find out what that's going to be like, you should subscribe so you don't miss the next video. And if you like this video, hit the like button. I really appreciate you guys watching. It's cool to think that other people enjoy watching my journeys as I go on them. But anyway, I will see you tomorrow when I do this unique catch and cook. So, thanks a lot, guys. Cheers.